Muchas nenas para chingar, para chingar. Oye, muchas nenas para chingar, 60-90. Pa' que tú regales los billetes de 50. Pa' apoyar la renta, ey, tú eres el líder. Tienes mucho cash como Justin Bieber.
Ey, tú sabes que tú eres el que anda en automóvil. Luces el peinado
Como el Latan y el móvil.
Yo sigo rockeando.
Eres fino como el lápiz, el boss. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Welcome back, Floyd fans. As a kid growing up, I never in a million years thought that I would ever visit this country and return home alive. Stick around and I'm going to show you the Republic of Colombia and two of its gem cities, Medellin and Cartagena. After traveling through Peru in 2018, I flew on to Bogota and then on to Medellin. I checked into the Viaggio Medellin Hotel. Very nice hotel, walking distance to the mega trendy El Poblado area and the infamous Parque. After I finished checking in, I headed out to see the heart of the city and took the SkyTrain down to Parque Barrio. This urban jungle was something to see. The park was filled with odd-looking large-sized statues. I kept a low profile and walked through some neighborhoods and areas and saw things that had my adrenaline on full send. Sometimes I enjoy venturing off into dangerous areas to induce a self-medicated dose of pure adrenaline, the adrenaline rush. Medellin was once one of the most dangerous cities in the world, and that was primarily due to the infamous narco kingpin, the man who no Medellin vlog would be complete without mentioning, this man, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria.
Hey there, everybody. I'm here in Medellin, Colombia. Understanding the people here of Colombia, you have to dig into their past and understand sort of the history that they endured 25 to 35, 40 years ago. We all know that back then the main export from Colombia was not coffee, wasn't Juan Valdez, but the history was basically run by the man whose grave I stand above right now, Pablo Escobar. At one time, he was known as the wealthiest, most powerful man in the world. And the poor people love him, and the rich people know him, as the rest of the world do, as a killer and responsible for thousands of deaths. Pablo tried to reach a lot of power, and in his greed, he faced a lot of kickback from the people and ended up suffering and was shot and killed here in the streets of Medellin in 1993. Anyways, have a look, and this is the grave of Pablo Escobar. And all his family, his mother and father and brother and close friends and family. Anyways, yeah, Pablo was a big history here in Colombia, and I'm glad that I was able to see it and be here and experience the people. Anyways, cheers.
Another notable grave there was that of the Black Widow, Griselda Blanco de Trujillo, a Medellin cartel pioneer becoming the world's first billionaire female narco-trafficker. She was also shot to death in the streets of Medellin. I highly suggest you take a private tour of this city like I did. My personal guide Hector took me on a full tour including the graveyard, the building where Pablo's family lived that was bombed by the Los Pepes, the final hideout, now a Spanish school, where Pablo met his fate while sneaking out in the back on the second floor and was gunned down. We took the Metro Cable gondola up some hillsides to see some of the poorest favelas of the city. And no city tour is complete without a visit to Comuna 13. Once the most dangerous neighborhood in the world is now transformed into a symbol of peace for the city and the country, boasting the world's first ever series of outdoor escalators in a community. The graffiti tour there of the area was also very cool to see. And once we finally got to the top of Comuna 13, the views of Medellin down below were spectacular. And finally, the last stop of the tour was back downtown to arguably the most important church in Medellin, Catedral Basilica Metropolitana. Completed in the late 1920s, this solid brick building took over 50 years to build, constructed with over 1 million bricks. And directly out front was Parque Boulevard and the statue of Simón Bolívar, the man who liberated Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Peru from Spain and founded Bolivia. And the next day I flew to Cartagena and booked a room at the prestigious Corrales de Indias with a beautiful view of the Caribbean Sea. The old historical center of Cartagena features vast displays of colonial-style architectural buildings, also restaurants, art galleries, churches, all surrounded by kilometers of stone fortress walls. And this walled city became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. Cartagena was founded in 1533. And for the next 100 years or so, the city was invaded and raided over and over of all its riches by sailors and pirates alike. So, in the late 1500s, they built the wall. Walking around the top of the wall was a favorite local and tourist evening pastime. Several cafes and bars were located atop the wall, and a couple areas were set up for wedding receptions. Walls facing the sea still had the old cannons which were used to defend Cartagena back in the day. Cartagena is the perfect vacation destination. I know you're saying, Colombia, no thanks, but hear me out. Cartagena is the safest city in Colombia and hosts cruise ships year-round and brings in 3.1 million visitors annually. The variety of cuisine and restaurants is incredible, the infrastructure for the tourist and hotel industry is thriving, and there are beaches right in the city. A month earlier, while traveling through Brazil, I heard from another traveler about the infamous rappers of Cartagena. I googled it and there was actually a YouTube video about it. I thought, how cool it would be if I saw these guys in Cartagena and filmed them with me. Well, you saw a clip at the beginning of this video, now here's the full show.
De la vieja escuela, ey, sigo rapeando Welcome a Cartagena. Que luce los zapatos que son originales. De este video lo manda para Instagram. Luces el pelo como Steven, cigareta más fuerte. que ya from
Metele pecale, yo nunca me quedo aquí con el boss. La Soclay y la Christian Dior. Sigue improvisando, no jugamos PlayStation. Steven Seagal con el Wilmer Collection.
Pero you are the boss, hey, you are the boss. Pero you are the boss, hey, you are the boss.
Metele pecale, yo nunca me quedo, me tiro de calle delante del barrio. Metele pecale, yo tengo un estilo bastante cabrón.
Yo tengo un estilo bastante motroso, me escucha rapeando y me toma la foto. Un guille robado, yo soy mi famoso cuando rapeo, nunca me equivoco. Sigo rapeando, Welcome Cartagena.
Where you from, mister? Can you repeat? Where you from?
Canada.
For Canada. $100. Porque tú eres Brad Pitt de la película Troya. Oye, para los rappers un $100. Sigue improvisando con el sol caliente, canto a toda hora. Oye, metele pecale, yo nunca me quedo del video con el iPhone. Mucho gas como Mr. Donald Trump.
Hey, yo tengo el estilo para cabrón, tú eres empresario, tú eres un multimillonario.
El estilo que llega a tu mente, tú sabes, lo hacemos excelente. Nosotros no somos delincuentes, estamos puestos para el dinero. Estamos con el ganadero, el boss, mucho gas como el mister de los cielos.
Ey, bien vacilado, yo nunca me he quedado. Se presenta Jaime Blanco, nombre one del underground. Tú sabes que en la pista yo siempre me he montado. Y es que se cruce rapeando, le pego el knockout.
¿Quién pensaría que vida a cada quien le tocaría? Que por más que abra los ojos, todos los cierres cambiaría. Creería que mi vida está siempre maldecida, pero son pruebas de Dios en el camino cada día. Hoy hay muchos ausentes y muchos presentes, otros que te inducen a lo malo diariamente. Hay unos que sonríen pues para siempre y unos muy tristes, quedan sintientes. Wow, mira cómo es la vida de tristeza y alegría.
Pero you are the boss, hey, you are the boss. Hey, you are the boss.
Hey, you are the boss. You are the boss. You are the boss. You are the boss. You are the boss.
What a great city, rich with history and culture, colonial style mixed with modern architectural buildings, beautiful by day and even better by night. The best thing about Cartagena, in my opinion, is the beaches. There are several beaches right in this city, but I took a day trip to a beach village about 45 minutes out of the city, Playa Blanca. And when I got there, I swear I died and gone to heaven. If I ever settle down and retire one day, you might find me here at Hugo's place. While I end this video with another epic sunset, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and smash that like button. And remember, wherever you are, wherever you go with the flow.